How well do you remember Sanford and Son? The show that defined sitcoms in the 70s and gave us legendary characters like Fred Sanford and Lamont. But what happened to the cast after the show ended? In this shocking video, we reveal who's still alive in 2025 and who isn't. Get ready for jaw-dropping updates on their lives, careers, and what's happened since the cameras stopped rolling, especially the surprising stories of Red Fox and Demond Wilson. 1. Demond Wilson as Lamont Sanford. As the reluctant and often exasperated partner to his father, Fred Sanford, Lamont became a memorable figure in television history. He was frequently the straight man to Fred's antics, but Lamont was also often involved in their hilarious if harebrained schemes. The on-screen chemistry between Wilson and his co-star Red Fox was undeniable, though their relationship off-screen was famously complex. In director Alan Rafkin's memoir, Cue the Bunny on the Rainbow, Rafkin painted Wilson in a less than flattering light, describing him as one of the most evil actors I have ever worked with. Rafkin criticized Wilson for allegedly undermining the rehearsal process and for his tendency to provoke Fox. He also revealed that both Wilson and Fox were known to play with real guns on set while under the influence of marijuana, further adding to the chaotic behind-the-scenes environment. Given these stories, it's perhaps not surprising that Wilson didn't return for the spin-offs of Sanford and Son. After Fox left the series following season 6, Wilson sought to continue the show without him, asking for a pay raise and to carry on without his co-star. However, NBC rejected his proposal. The network went on to create the spin-off Sanford Arms, which had neither of the original stars, though Fox did return for Sanford, a sequel series. Despite this, Wilson's career remained active in the years that followed. In the 1980s, Wilson starred in the sitcom The New Odd Couple and made several guest appearances on shows like The Love Boat and Girlfriends. He also ventured into faith-based plays and starred in films, including the quirky high school werewolf comedy Full Moon High. But it wasn't just acting that kept him busy. Wilson became a prolific author, writing multiple books and even several scripts, according to his website. In 1983, he became a Christian minister, an identity that would come to define much of his later life. The following year, he founded the Restoration House of America, a ministry he continues to lead. Wilson's personal life has been equally fulfilling. He married Cicely Johnston, a former model, on May 3, 1974. The couple has 6 children together. In 1984, Wilson was ordained as a minister in the Church of God in Christ, and since then, he has remained an active Christian evangelist. Interestingly, Wilson's childhood friend was none other than Charlie Scott, the Basketball Hall of Fame player. Today, Demond Wilson is 77 years old, having lived a full life both on and off the screen. With a net worth of $2.5 million, he has built a legacy that spans entertainment, faith, and community service. 2. Leanda Page as Aunt Esther Anderson. Leanda Page is best known for her unforgettable role as Aunt Esther Anderson on the classic sitcom Sanford and Son. As the sharp-tongued, no-nonsense sister of Fred Sanford, her character became iconic, with her famous catchphrase, "You big dummy," becoming synonymous with the show. But Page's talents extended far beyond television, and her career spanned decades in comedy, music, and film. Before becoming a TV icon, Leanda Page dazzled audiences in nightclubs, earning the nickname the Bronze Goddess of Fire for her daring act, which included fire-eating and lighting cigarettes with her fingertips. She even showcased this impressive skill on Sanford and Son when Fred hosted a circus. Later, Page's career flourished alongside her lifelong friend, Red Fox, whom she grew up with in St. Louis, as they both ventured into comedy and stage performance. Page's comedy career took off in the late 1960s, recording successful live albums under the name Leanda. Her gold album, Watch It Sucka, capitalized on her Aunt Esther character's catchphrase, and she earned the title Queen of Comedy for her bold and often raunchy material. In the early 1990s, Leanda enjoyed a career resurgence, contributing to RuPaul's Supermodel of the World album and appearing in music videos. She also starred in memorable commercials for Church's Chicken, made guest appearances in films like My Blue Heaven and Shakes the Clown, and stole the show with a hilarious cameo in Friday. In her personal life, Leanda was married and widowed 3 times. She married her first husband, John Peel, at the young age of 14, and though their marriage ended with his death when she was just 19, they had 2 children, one of whom tragically passed away in infancy. Page was a deeply religious woman, and in the early years of her time in Los Angeles, she was affiliated with the landmark Community Church. In 1981, she became an evangelist in the Holiness Church, and her daughter Clara followed in her footsteps as an evangelist preacher. Leanda Page passed away on September 14, 2002, at the age of 81, due to complications from diabetes. She is buried at Inglewood Park Cemetery in California. Her daughter, Clara Estella Roberta Johnson, passed away 4 years later at 69. With a net worth of $500,000 at the time of her death, Leanda Page's legacy as a comedy legend continues to live on, and she is remembered as one of the most iconic figures in entertainment history. 3. Redd Foxx as Fred G. Sanford. Fred G. Sanford, the cantankerous and sarcastic character played by Redd Foxx on Sanford and Son, became a TV legend for his wisecracks and often misguided schemes to make money. While he regularly insulted his son Lamont and his neighbors, Fred secretly had a big heart and cared deeply for his family and friends, even if he didn't always show it. Redd Foxx, born John Elroy Sanford, was a groundbreaking comedian known for his raunchy nightclub acts and extensive television and film career. He starred in films like Harlem Nights and Norman, Is That You?, and was also known for his roles on TV, including The Redd Foxx Show and The Royal Family. Despite his success, Foxx faced major financial troubles. He once earned $4 million in a year, but his lavish lifestyle, poor management, and multiple divorces drained his wealth. His second divorce cost over $150,000, and he paid substantial alimony to his third wife. By 1983, he filed for bankruptcy, and in 1989, the IRS seized his home, 7 vehicles, and over $12,000 in cash, even taking a dozen firearms. Foxx later expressed how dehumanizing the IRS's actions were, saying, "They took my necklace and the ID bracelet off my wrist and the money out of my pocket. I was treated like I wasn't human at all." At his death in 1991, he owed over $3.6 million in taxes. Redd Foxx passed away unexpectedly on October 11, 1991, during a break from rehearsals for the royal family at the age of 68. While chatting with a reporter, Foxx performed his scripted scene, walking across the back of a chair before collapsing to the floor. At first, no one suspected anything was wrong, as Foxx was known for faking heart attacks as Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son. But when he didn't get up, Della Reese rushed to his side and heard him say, "Get my wife," twice, prompting her to call for help. Despite being temporarily resuscitated and rushed to the hospital, Foxx was pronounced dead 4.5 hours later. His burial at Palm Memorial Park in Las Vegas was paid for by his close friend, Eddie Murphy. Although his financial troubles and personal life were tumultuous, his legacy as one of comedy's greatest icons endures. 4. Lynn Hamilton as Donna Harris. Lynn Hamilton, the unforgettable Donna from Sanford and Son, wasn't just Fred Sanford's girlfriend. She was the heart of many hilarious moments. With 22 episodes across 6 seasons, she became a key part of the show's charm. But even after Sanford and Son ended, Hamilton wasn't done. While she didn't appear in any spin-offs, she quickly made her mark elsewhere, taking on memorable roles in Roots, The Next Generations, and The Waltons. Still, it was her long run on Generations, with 132 episodes, that solidified her place in TV history. Hamilton's career included a starring role in Dangerous Women and recurring parts in The Practice, Sunset Beach, and 227, alongside her Sanford and Son co-star Hal Williams. She also made guest appearances on shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Murphy Brown, and Sister Sister. While her film work was more notable before Sanford and Son, she later appeared in The Vanishing and Elvis and Me. Her final on-screen role came in 2009 with a guest appearance on Cold Case. There has been some confusion regarding Hamilton's personal life, with rumors suggesting she was the sister of Sanford and Son co-star Leanda Page. Hamilton clarified this mix-up in an interview with Big Meech on YouTube, fondly recalling how Page once said, "I love you so, I feel like you're my sister." This moment led to Page introducing Hamilton as her sister, which sparked the misconception. Hamilton was married to poet and playwright Frank Jenkins for 49 years, from November 1964 until his death in August 2014. Now, at her 95, she still maintains a net worth of $1 million to enjoy her life for the best thing. 5. Don Bexley as Bubba Bexley. Bubba, the lovable, often dim-witted yet fiercely loyal friend of Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son, left an indelible mark on the show. Known for his infectious belly laugh and jovial nature, Bubba was frequently the straight man to Fred's sharp wit, often used as the punchline of Fred's barbs. His loud and enthusiastic greeting of, "Hey, Fred," became a hallmark of the show, much to Fred and Lamont's dismay. After Sanford and Son, Bexley continued to find success in television. He appeared in numerous popular shows such as Cheers, Hunter, Laverne, and Shirley, and even had a role in the 1976 film Sparkle. One of his notable later appearances was on The Royal Family, where he guest starred as an old friend of Al Royal in the episode New Beginnings, attending his funeral. In 1989, Bexley was also working on a sitcom titled See Cashman and You'll Stay Broke, about a black Jew who owns a pawn shop, though it was never produced. Despite this, Bexley continued to write for stage and television right up until his death. In recognition of his contributions, Bexley was awarded the Outstanding Senior Citizen of the Year Award in 1989 by the Support the Artists of America. After moving to Hampton, Virginia in the 1990s, he made several personal appearances, including at the Newmarket Fair Day Talent Show in 1996 and the NASA Langley Research Center's Black History program later that year. His continued public presence added to his long-lasting legacy. Bexley's personal life was deeply intertwined with his friendship with Red Fox, which lasted nearly 50 years. He was an honorary pallbearer at Fox's funeral in 1991. After a hip injury, Bexley moved to Hampton, Virginia in 1996 to live with a friend who cared for him. He passed away on April 15, 1997, at Hampton Centara Hospital from heart and kidney failure. He was 87 years old. 6. Whitman Mayo as Grady Wilson. Grady Wilson, Fred Sanford's cheerful and carefree best friend, became an iconic character on Sanford and Son. Known for his infectious, happy-go-lucky attitude, Grady would often exclaim his signature catchphrase, "Good googly goo," whenever something good happened, adding a sense of joy to even the most chaotic moments. As Fred's loyal sidekick, Grady helped him navigate a series of wild, get-rich-quick schemes, adding his own charm and comic relief to the show. Whitman Mayo, the actor who brought Grady to life, was a prolific performer who enjoyed a long career in both television and film. Mayo's versatility saw him in a range of roles, from Reverend Banyan in the film Boycott to Sugar in Waterproof. On television, Mayo appeared in various shows, including The Van Dyke Show as Doc Sterling and Helltown as One Ball. Though Grady was his most memorable role, Mayo's portrayal of the character carried over into the Sanford and Son spin-off Grady, although the show was short-lived. Aside from his on-screen roles, Whitman Mayo also had a successful personal life. He married Melva Washington, the daughter of Clarence and Lena Washington, in 1956. Later, in 1994, he moved to Atlanta's Collier Heights community with his third wife, Gail Mayo. Their family life seemed to be just as full of character and warmth as his roles in television and film. Tragically, Whitman Mayo passed away from a heart attack on May 22, 2001, at the age of 70, at Atlanta's Grady Memorial Hospital. At the time of his death, Mayo had a net worth of $1 million, a testament to his long-standing career in the entertainment industry. His legacy lives on through his work and through his son, Ron Mayo, who became a member of the Georgia House of Representatives in 2009. 7. Nathaniel Taylor as Rollo Larson. Rollo Larson was the character who always seemed to get under Fred's skin. Fred rarely had anything positive to say about Rollo, often referring to him as a criminal, especially after learning of his time spent in jail. Despite Fred's constant criticism, Rollo was a loyal companion to Lamont, and his goofy charm left a lasting impression on viewers. Nathaniel Taylor, best known for portraying Rollo Larson on Sanford and Son, had an unconventional path to stardom. Before acting, he worked as an electrician at the Performing Arts Society of Los Angeles. His big break came when his mentor, Larry Clark, encouraged him to audition for a role, leading him to Red Fox. The two quickly bonded over their shared saint, Louis Roots, and Fox offered Taylor the role of Rollo, a character that became his most iconic. After Sanford and Son, Taylor appeared in various TV roles, including Ike, Rerun's brother-in-law, on What's Happening in the late 70s. He also reprised his role as Rollo in the Sanford and Son spin-off Grady. Taylor made guest appearances on shows like The Bill Cosby Show, Adam 12, and Police Story. In a troubling turn of events, in April 1986, Taylor was arrested along with his brother James and Pong Xing on burglary charges. The arrest was linked to the theft of $200,000 worth of computers and typewriters from the Sports Connection Athletic Club in West Los Angeles. Despite this setback, Taylor's career continued to thrive, and his reputation as a versatile actor remained intact. However, Taylor stepped back from acting to focus on mentoring the next generation of actors. He opened a performing arts studio where he trained and inspired young talents, passing on the wisdom he had accumulated from his own career. His personal life was just as full, as he married Loretta Taylor in 2000, and together they had 2 children. Taylor also had 5 children from a previous marriage to Bernice Gordon Taylor. Sadly, Taylor's life came to an end on February 27, 2019, after complications from a heart attack. He had been rushed to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center on February 23, 2019, after experiencing the heart attack, but he was unable to recover. At the time of his death, Nathaniel Taylor's net worth was estimated at $300,000. His passing marked the end of an era for his fans, but his legacy lives on through his memorable roles and his contributions to the entertainment industry. 8. Howard Platt as Officer Hoppy Hopkins. Howard Platt. The name might not ring a bell right away, but his iconic role as Officer Hoppy sure does. As the hilariously unhip white cop who popped in on Fred and Lamont Sanford's wild antics, Platt's character quickly became a fan favorite. His awkwardness and deadpan humor brought a unique spark to Sanford and Son, making him one of the many unforgettable gems in the show's hilarious ensemble. While Sanford and Son was one of his most iconic roles, Platt's acting career extended well beyond the sitcom. He appeared in popular TV shows like The Bob Newhart Show and Kojak, and his film credits included the groundbreaking sci-fi film Westworld. Platt remained active in both TV and film throughout the 80s and 90s, with roles in Oliver Stone's Nixon and Michael Bay's action-packed The Rock. In addition to acting, Platt made his mark as a producer and director, and even ventured into music, creating a few songs. He also took on diverse roles in TV shows like Barney Miller, Tales of the City, and Flying High. A notable appearance was his portrayal of a bureaucratic army lawyer in MASH, further showcasing his range in both comedic and dramatic roles. Outside of his acting career, Platt remained close friends with his Sanford and Son co-star, William "Bill" Williams, and the two even continued to work together in recent years. In 2022, Williams shared in an interview with the official Black magazine that he and Platt travel the auto show circuit together. They bring along the iconic red Ford F-150 pickup truck from the show, where they make appearances, deliver speeches, and sign autographs for fans. According to Williams, even in cold weather, fans still line up for photos and autographs, showing the lasting impact Sanford and Son has had on its audience. 9. Hal Williams as Officer Smitty Smith. Hal Williams, remember him? Of course you do. The one and only Officer Smitty, the straight-laced cop who kept his cool while dealing with the chaos of Fred and Lamont Sanford. But what made his character truly unforgettable wasn't just his stern demeanor. It was the hilarious contrast between him and the lovably clueless Officer Hoppy, played by Howard Platt. Together, they created one of the most iconic comedic duos on television. From the film to reality, Williams and Platt still perform together, showing up at events and signing autographs for fans who can't get enough of the pair. As Williams reminisced in a Get TV interview, Sanford has had the longevity. The writing was there and the talent was there. Howard said to me, "You know, we got paid for having a damn good time." And I said, "We sure did." Since Sanford and Son wrapped up, Williams' career has been as enduring as his time on the show. He's continued to shine on both the big and small screens. Notably, he appeared in the 2022 episode of Mr. Mayor on Peacock, and his TV credits include classic series like Parks and Recreation and The Jeffersons. In addition to his extensive television work, Williams made his mark on the silver screen, appearing in a range of films such as the Denzel Washington drama Flight, Clint Eastwood's The Rookie, and the movie Guess Who, a modern remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. He also starred in Paul Schrader's Hardcore, a gritty exploration of the LA porn scene. A hard-working and dedicated actor, Williams' contributions to the entertainment industry have earned him a net worth of $1 million. Off-screen, Williams has been married twice and has 3 children, balancing his personal life with a successful career in Hollywood. 10. Fritzy Burr as Woman on Plane. On Sanford and Son, Burr, portrayed Woman on Plane, brought humor to her recurring appearances, often as one of Fred Sanford's comedic foils, contributing to the show's sharp comedic dynamics. Though her role was relatively small, Burr's ability to steal a scene with her wit made her a memorable part of the beloved sitcom. Before she became a familiar face in Hollywood, Burr's career had deep theatrical roots. She began performing in small theaters and in skits with the vaudeville comedy team Smith and Dale. By the late 1950s, she had transitioned to Broadway, appearing in I Can Get It For You Wholesale, the production that catapulted Barbra Streisand to fame. Burr's Broadway success wasn't her only theatrical achievement. She also toured with productions like Fiddler on the Roof, playing roles such as Yente and Golde, Tevye's long-suffering wife. She also left a lasting mark in the world of television with her memorable roles, including her portrayal of Miss Collins on the hit sitcom What's Happening. Her strong stage presence eventually led her to Hollywood, where she found steady work as a character actress in television and film. In her personal life, Burr was the sister-in-law of Sanford and Son and What's Happening, producer Saul Turteltaub. She was also married to Aaron Heyman until his passing in 1995. She passed away on January 17, 2003, at the age of 78 in Fort Myers, Florida, leaving behind a legacy of diverse performances across multiple genres. 12th, Gregory Sierra as Julio Fuentes. Julio Fuentes, the Sanford's Puerto Rican next-door neighbor, played a memorable role in Sanford and Son, where he was often the target of Fred Sanford's bigotry. Despite Fred's gruff nature, Julio maintained a calm, respectful demeanor and quickly struck up a friendship with Lamont. His portrayal of a warm-hearted, kind individual in the face of Fred's prejudice became a significant part of the show's charm and a testament to his acting skills. Though his role on Sanford and Son was notable, Julio Fuentes was far from a one-dimensional character in his career. The actor who portrayed him, Gregory Sierra, left behind a remarkable body of work in television and film. Sierra is perhaps best known for his role as Detective Sergeant Chano Amengual in the beloved sitcom Barney Miller. Sierra's extensive career extended to film, where he appeared in iconic movies such as The Towering Inferno as Carlos, Papillon as Antonio, and Vampires, where he played Father Giovanni. His diverse roles showcased his immense talent and versatility, making him a respected figure in both television and film. Born of Puerto Rican descent, Sierra's personal life saw its share of ups and downs. He married Eileen DeFelita in 1969, but they divorced in 1972. In 1976, he remarried Susan Pollock, though their union tragically ended with her suicide in 1978. In his later years, he found companionship with Helene Tabor, whom he married. Gregory Sierra passed away on January 4, 2021, at the age of 83 in Laguna Woods, California, following a long and courageous battle with stomach and liver cancer. Throughout his career, Sierra earned a net worth of $2 million, a reflection of his dedication and tireless work in the entertainment industry. His contributions to television and film continue to be cherished, and his performances remain an indelible part of the cultural landscape. 13. Raymond Allen as Uncle Woodrow Woody Anderson. Woody, portrayed by Raymond Allen, was the easygoing husband of Aunt Esther, bringing humor and warmth to the show. Despite being married to the sharp-tongued and often domineering Esther, Woody remained calm, even if that meant tipping back a drink or two to cope with her fiery personality. His laid-back demeanor and slightly tipsy swagger made him a standout character, often providing a humorous contrast to his wife's intense presence. But the actor behind this beloved character, Norman Allen, had a much more modest career than one might expect. Although Woody became a memorable fixture in Sanford and Son, Allen's body of work was relatively small. He had roles in a number of TV shows, including Good Times, where he played Ned the Wino, and Starsky and Hutch as Merle the Earl. His most notable film appearance came in Darktown Strutters, where he portrayed Six Bits. Even with his limited screen time, Allen made a lasting impression on his audience. By the mid-1980s, Allen had stepped away from acting, with his final role in the TV movie Gus Brown and Midnight Brewster in 1985. After retiring from the limelight, he continued to make occasional public appearances, signing autographs and reflecting on his career. As he shared on his MySpace page, illness ultimately forced him to retire, but he remained fondly remembered by fans. In his personal life, Allen was married to Barbara Williams for 14 years, from 1963 to 1977, and they had 3 children, daughters Terrence Allen and Brenda Allen, and son Raymond Gilmore Allen, Jr. Sadly, Norman Allen passed away in August 2020 at the age of 91 due to a respiratory illness. His daughter, Ta Rance, confirmed the news on social media, and fans who had enjoyed his work over the years mourned the loss of a man whose portrayal of Woody remains unforgettable. 14. Pat Marita as Ah Chew. Pat Marita is best known for his role as Ah Chew, a kind-hearted and somewhat goofy Chinese immigrant who owns a dry cleaning business. He frequently interacts with the main characters, particularly Fred Sanford, adding a humorous dynamic to the show. Marita's role was one of the many colorful, memorable supporting characters in the series. Born on June 28, 1932, in Ileton, California, to Japanese immigrant parents, Marita's early life was marked by severe health struggles. At just 2 years old, he was diagnosed with spinal tuberculosis, spending years in hospitals and enduring painful treatments. Doctors told him he would never walk, but he defied the odds. After undergoing extensive surgery, he learned to walk again, a triumph that would shape his determination throughout his life. Following his recovery, Marita's family was sent to a Japanese internment camp during World War II, and he lived there until the war ended. Afterward, he returned to the Bay Area, but tragedy struck in 1956 when his father was killed in a hit-and-run accident. Faced with the loss, Marita took various jobs, including one at Lockheed, but found himself burning out in the process. It was then that he decided to pursue a career in comedy, moving to Los Angeles with the hope of breaking into the entertainment industry. Marita's big break came with the help of manager Sally Marr, who pushed him into performing at clubs across Los Angeles. He even opened for well-known stars such as Vic Damone and Red Fox. Known by his stage name, the Hip Nip, Marita eventually gained recognition in Hollywood, leading to roles in television and film, including his most famous role as Mr. Miyagi in the Karate Kid franchise. His comedic roots remained a key part of his charm, as he continued to bring warmth and humor to his roles. In his personal life, Marita was married 3 times. His first wife, Kathleen Yamachi, was with him from 1953 to 1967. He then married Yukie Kitahara in 1970, but they divorced in 1989. His final marriage was to actress Evelyn Guerrero in 1994, and they stayed together until his death. Marita had 3 children across his marriages. Despite facing personal struggles, including a lifelong battle with alcoholism, Marita's career flourished. He passed away on November 24, 2005, at the age of 73 due to kidney failure, after battling complications from a urinary tract and gallbladder infection. At the time of his death, Marita had a net worth of $2.5 million. He was cremated and laid to rest at Palm Green Valley Mortuary in Las Vegas, Nevada. Pat Morita's legacy lives on in the characters he portrayed and the immense impact he had on the entertainment world. 15. Marlene Clark as Janet Lawson. Marlene Clark is perhaps best known for her role as Janet Lawson, Lamont Sanford's fiancée in the classic sitcom Sanford and Son. Her portrayal of Janet brought a spark to the show, adding charm and depth to the dynamic between Lamont and his father, Fred. Clark's ability to bring humor and sincerity to her character made her a standout on the popular 1970s series. Before she became an actress, Clark's career began in the world of fashion modeling. She transitioned to acting in the 1960s, landing roles in several notable films, including For Love of Ivy, starring Sidney Poitier, and Putney Swope, directed by Robert Downey Sr. However, it was in 1970 that Clark's career took a significant turn when she starred in Hal Ashby's The Landlord. Later, her presence in Enter the Dragon, where she played a secretary, further cemented her status as a versatile actress. She also appeared in Black Mamba and Switchblade Sisters, continuing to build her filmography with a mix of action, drama, and horror. Despite her varied career, it was her television role as Janet Lawson on Sanford and Son that left a lasting impression on audiences. On a personal note, Clark married actor Billy D. Williams in 1968, but their marriage ended in divorce just 3 years later, in 1971. In a candid interview, she spoke about the trauma of nearly being raped while filming Black Mamba, an experience that left a mark on her both personally and professionally. Marlene Clark passed away on May 18, 2023, at the age of 85, on the same day as her Slaughter co-star Jim Brown. Her estimated net worth at the time of her death was $10 million. With a career that spanned multiple decades and a legacy of memorable roles, Clark left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. Which character do you like the most in Sanford and Son? It's been 58 years, and many of the actors have passed away, leaving us with so many memorable moments and vivid performances. Let's take a moment to remember them. Thank you, and see you next time.